So, I have John Laws in stereo right now, and they're two very special John Laws books. One of the things that I have learned, one of the many things I have learned from Christine Strelan, of whose home we are in right now, was about Tom Phillips and the humorment. So I've always been an avid collager, and so has Christine, but I had never thought to collage within a book that already exists, such as this one. So we take a book that we find abhorrent in some way, and we fix it page by page. It's like making something right. It's expunging something terrible from the world, if not maybe just once. This was the first book that I finished, and I actually had 2 copies because for university they needed to see what the original one was. So when I left town for good, I gave Christine the untouched one, and of course she has touched it now. Touched it over and over again in many ways. And I'll read some from mine and then some from hers of the same pages. And we're not going to bother reading the originals because the originals don't count anymore. But this one here is one that I did. And it goes, "Bad wind. I was strong. You turned your back. That was 7 years ago. Now the wind blows, frightened. Where are you? Torching the plastic flowers off their beds. Laughter speckled across the distance." And in Christine's, that same poem is completely transformed again. So let's find it. Here we go. Christine's, it's called "The Picture in the Bedroom." Times were bad. The wind only blew trouble. The windows were always open. I was alone, and sexual intercourse frightened me. It's far worse for me, living in terrible pain, fever, misery for over 2 months. I can't tell you. Now the wind blows messages of alien entities who had been watching. Nothing to worry about. I have learned not to wear trousers. This is menstruation. And John Laws would hate this if he knew that this is what we had spent our evenings doing. Instead of watching television or doing the dishes or doing something, we have totally queered up his books. Mine is very queer. They're both queer, but there's something he would be very upset. One day, I hope he finds out about this and cries. So this is really interesting. On the same pages, we've both used a gently rising fireball to open the poem, so I'm going to read those too. And mine's a double-page spread. Christine's is a split page, but I'll read mine first and then Christine's. Mine's called "The Revenge." A gently rising fireball, and all complexities of fury leave, those smoke rings, graffiti poetry scrawled on the walls in blood and chalk, make you come like the hangman. But that would not be satisfying. You writhe, unsolvable, the sound of zzz still ringing in my ears. My mind wore dresses, skirts flying out like razors. You're a braver man than I am, sir. And then Christine's version of the same 2 pages. A gently rising fireball hurt my eyes. Visions of your death hurt my mind. I can't recall a grisly encounter with a moving vehicle. There's no point. How hot it was in this bizarre world. Every faded photo had been there 1,000 years. The sound of a steam train whistle eating your mind like paranoid schizophrenia. We shared experimentation, occult beliefs, lurid stuff. I boarded the mystery train.